Made it
on
to the
PC.
Technodrome.
Wolfenstein.
Whoa.
Wolfenstein, same way.
Wolfenstein. Doom.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bruh, all
No,
those
it's
games,
crazy.
man. Watching these people beat it, like I said, because you think about the time that you had that game, and like a lot of people now are like, oh well, you can just look it up online. There's no looking it up
there
online.
was no
No.
online back
Yeah.
then.
Nah,
And you
son.
know what? And I'm proud to say that I fucking beat Nightmare on Elm Street in 20
Wow.
minutes or less. That game,
Wow.
That was another hard
don't
one.
have
Never
continues
Yeah, there's
at
no
all.
continues.
You got literally some type of a health life bar that is nowhere in existence.
Wow.
You
Yeah,
can
you don't
get
know when
hit.
you're-
Well, here's the thing about that
Wow.
game. Like, you could get hit like once or twice and die, right? Then there's other times where you can get
hit 8
hit
times.
and not die. And the thing is, also, they don't clearly explain to you what you need to do. The first three houses.
They don't tell you shit
Look,
in that game. I
the
remember that.
first three houses in that game, because the whole idea is you go in the house, you collect bones, you fight the boss, you go to the next house, and so on, right? And the next area. Well, the first
Remember that
three
shit?
houses.
You had to walk all the way down to the end of the road.
You don't know this, though, and it
Yes,
changes.
Yes.
Because I legitimately
Hated that
sat
shit.
there, and the first time I got to play it when I was older was I downloaded the shit, right?
Yeah.
And the funny shit about it was I thought the game was broken. Because I'm like, because this is still new. Like, this was still when emulators and shit was fairly new. So I'm like space agent shit, right? I'm like, I just downloaded some Nintendo games on my computer. Like, I thought shit was amazing at
Yeah,
the
that
time,
shit
right?
was-
Yeah, that is amazing.
And so I'm thinking it's broken, right? And I keep like resetting and trying to think, go into the house, and then it works. And I'm like, oh shit. I start playing. I'm like, all right, cool. And then I die, and I'm like, all right. And I try it again. I'm like, why the fuck can I go in this house? I just went into this house after I resetted this shit. Why can't I go in? Comes out, the first three houses randomly switch. So it may be the first one, it may be the second one, it may be the third one, but that's always the quote-unquote first level.
Yeah.
Oh,
Even though the
shit.
house looks different that you go into.
I just remember I would go to the house, press up. If I don't go in, keep going.
Right, exactly. And that's the thing. I didn't know. So I
Then
finally
in
got
the
it.
Junkyard.
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
funny.
Fucking
And
junkyard.
the thing is, like, it was the hardest shit in the world. And
See,
I
like
was
this
so
'cause
proud.
I don't know nothing, but it makes me want to
17
check
minutes.
It out.
Yeah, it was a fun
17
game.
minutes, I
It was a
think.
fun
I
game.
got it down.
There's a couple, man. Shout out to all those old, like Gino said, man, all them old school game developers who are like, yo, kids are stupid and they never gonna figure this out. You gonna play this
real
shit forever.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
They made you know what?
Streets of Rage was one of my
Just
favorites
thought-
on Genesis.
I
That
love
shit right
Streets of
there.
Rage, man. I
Oh
used to
my-
like the little dude. What's his
'Cause I-
name? Blades. The
Yo.
little dude with the
'Cause
little dude
Final
on the
Fight-
rollerblades.
Yeah, bro. Like, because
he
remember,
used to
it
kick
was,
people with the rollerblades.
Yo.
That shit was crazy.
there was so many freaking good games. And the thing about it is, like, right now, there ain't no characters that you're attracted to. You could tell because they recycle them shits. Crash Bandicoot got one. I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
Oh yeah,
You
Ratchet.
know
and
what?
Clank.
I'm surprised they haven't remade yet.
Yo,
Earthworm.
Which would probably go over great now.
Yo.
Fucking Double Dragon.
like,
Ooh.
for real.
Oh yeah, they could
For real.
upgrade a lot of that.
Yeah, true.
They
true.
could upgrade a lot of that, man.
And you know what? I'll be honest with you. I have to actually humbly disagree. I
Really?
do.
With Double Dragon,
Well, no. In the regards of like
remaking.
That's 'cause they
characters
fucked
and
up the film,
ideas.
bro. I'm sorry.
Just because honestly, like me personally, since I do play on a computer, I got Steam, and there's a lot more shit out there that there's just so many things you can get for dirt cheap, and it's just an amazing experience.
Yeah.
You know, like there's one game in particular that if you ever have a spare $5-10 and you find it on like the PSN network or Xbox called Bastion. This shit
Ha, 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 ha.
is one of the baddest
RPG,
games.
right?
Not even. It's an
Like
action game.
RP, but can he level up or some shit?
Not well, no. Well, I mean, kind of.
Like his weapons or something?
You can unlock stuff to upgrade your shit.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
he, yeah.
The thing is about this game is one
Bastion
is
is dope.
action packed,
yeah,
packed.
Bastion is dope.
But two is the artwork is gorgeous, right? Three, the soundtrack is fucking amazing.
Really?
And I say this hardly ever about video game soundtracks because, well, they're video game soundtracks. Let's
Nice,
be
bro.
real here. I mean, some of them are amazing. Some of them have symphonies and orchestras and shit.
And some of them are shit.
And some of them are shit. But this game, coming out of nowhere, it's not a big developer or anything like that, legitimately came out and blew the fuck up. And honestly, the storytelling, it's a narrated, you have this old, like, almost country dude just telling you about your own character, and he reacts to shit you do. And you can fall off the stage. So he'll be like, the boy was clumsy sometimes. Like, legitimately. And the thing is, it's so subtle. And you laugh your ass off, but you also appreciate the fact that he's really telling his story about you as the hero.
That's pretty cool.
You know, so, but this, like I said, the soundtrack, they even sold the soundtrack separately. Like, you could buy the game and get the soundtrack separately, like, on a disc or some shit.
Nice.
Like, that's how good the shit was. And if you like
Is that
action games, like, that was your shit. Yeah. Like, the shit... And, like, when you're walking around, shit's popping up. Like, the world. Yeah. The kid just rages for a while.
So,
Because you're
just
just
going around
smashing
hitting
shit.
shit.
if y'all not, because y'all not don't know what's going on right now. Your character is just not even doing shit. He's just breaking shit in
Yeah.
the screen, and like Mo just said, your narrator just like, well, he just rages for a while.
Every so often, he rages.
Peter falls out of the sky. Ain't a gift from the gods.
Oh yeah, something just dropped. Yo, that's crazy.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna get this game tonight.
real.
Okay, yeah, for real. Like we're finna sit around and have a game
Is this
review.
on
too?
PS3? Because I'm still
I
on
think
PS3.
it is.
It
It
might
might
be in the
be.
store, yeah.
It might
Yeah, it
be.
has to be because it was like a couple years ago. That's right.
It's an old game.
Yeah, that's
it's
right.
a
It has
few
to be.
years old. And
Yeah, it might be.
honestly, I got it at the time for $7.
graphics
I
is
would have paid
beautiful.
easily 15, honestly.
Yeah, that's just crazy.
Just for everything involved. And it's fun. It's kind of difficult at times, but you learn, you adapt. And you got all sorts of different weapons. Like, mainly I stick with dual pistols and a sword.
Oh, yeah,
And,
guns.
like,
wait, you can have guns.
You
and a
got
sword?
guns, bazooka, sniper
I'm already
rifle.
sold,
you know what I'm
bro.
saying? Like, the bunch of different
Call of
shit.
Duty, bring swords in this bitch,
Yeah.
bro.
Bruh. How have they not put swords in
You know
Call
what I'm
of
saying?
Duty?
You got that little
Well,
ass knife,
like all-
sword.
Because they
in
haven't
that
made a
bitch.
Call of Duty
Samurai.
Revolutionary War yet.
Yeah,
No,
they have. They
Civil
did when
War.
they did World War
They got
II.
World War II,
That's
so all
World
you gotta
War
do is
II.
keep going
I'm talking
back.
about the 1700s.
Yeah, yo, like when it was
Yeah.
battling, nigga. You know, you can have
I don't know,
808
man.
niggas.
I don't know,
You might
man.
be thinking
You know, how they,
Assassin's
you know how
Creed.
they did when the red coats came and they all lined up in a big ass
Yeah.
box.
Yeah. I mean,
Yo, but who wants to be the fucking drummer? Like,
Yeah.
fuck-
Yes! Yes! I swear to God, if they do that and they don't
Bomb
make
the
that
drummer.
like a role
you gotta
can
stay
be,
alive.
it's a heal. It's a heal. He's like a healer.
you get
Yo,
bonuses
right.
and shit.
around with a
Bro,
medical
you gotta
pack,
try to dodge bullets.
but
And
you gotta keep.
meanwhile, you got that like bar going across with what buttons you
Do
gotta
like
hit.
rap
Yeah, you gotta
apart.
keep. Yeah, you gotta keep the beat.
Rapper.
Parappa the rapper. It's Parappa the rapper. I remember Parappa the
His
rapper.
left and his right arm hitting the drum. Bum, 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 bum.
Yo, we literally named a game that people probably don't remember at all, bro. If you don't remember Parappa the rapper,
bro.
oh my
One of the
God.
first like rhythm games, like
Yeah,
not
it really
first,
was.
but
It
it
was.
was
Fuck
up
Double
It
there.
Dragon.
was.
If you bring that with these fake rappers, nigga.
Oh,
nigga.
bruh.
That shit, but Parappa was better than these.
Yo,
niggas, bro. I'll say
Parappa
that,
can
like,
come out right now
Everybody
and
was-
smash everybody.
You know what I'm saying? Even his opponents would smash niggas right now, bro.
And you know the best part about it is I guarantee artists would be like, yo, I'll do a track for Parappa the Rapper.
All day.
Totally.
I'm surprised
All
you guys haven't
day.
yet.
Yeah, right?
Oh, for
Well,
real.
it's
Yeah.
actually pretty funny.
I think we just
Yo,
coined
that
that
shit.
shit. We
Listen,
need
to go
And just
capitalize
take his
on
shit
this
and just put the part where he's doing it. And
Yo.
lay that over the track.
But yeah, like I got like that's why I kind of almost disagree slightly, just because shit like that, like if you put a little bit of effort and you check into some shit and just kind of look at some of the actual indie titles, you'll find some amazing fucking things. Like I like that, like Bastion. That right there is a great
So
example.
if they gave it like a mainstream approach, like a bigger, cause I think that shit blew up bigger than people expected.
Oh yeah, yeah. The
It didn't
developers
get- it
was
didn't
a
get
small
no-
team.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So I think that would be pretty dope to get something like that to come out. Like,
Yeah.
I'm still blown. There's a secret of Mana. Like,
Yo, that remake
crazy.
was great.
Yeah,
The remake
I wanna
was
see that.
great. As
Like-
somebody who grew up with the game, it
yeah,
was amazing.
same. And like that was my shit. And
Yeah.
Bomberman was one of my shits then too. So I wanted to see a new one.
You
of that.
know I had to bring up Parappa.
Oh
Yo,
yes.
all day, bro.
Hold
You
up,
know
this
what
is
I'm
the first days. Let me see if I can.
saying?
See if you can hear that.
Oh snap! Yo, we
They're in a restaurant.
thank yeah. Yo, we're putting so many people
That
on
might
game
cut
right
everything
now.
off.
Oh yeah, his is all fucked up.
My phone's all screwed
Oh,
up. Let's see.
See what we got.
Oh no, just paused it.
And every time he comes out, it pauses it again.
Wait.
Now you gotta unpause it.
No, it's
Yeah.
playing.
It don't work.
Yeah, it's just not working.
Snap. Yeah, we getting at the
Yeah,
sound,
but yeah.
the sound for the parappa, the rapper. I know a lot of motherfuckers listening right now like, what?
It's like, what the hell's
Yeah,
what the hell's
man,
going
Google
on?
it.
And what the fuck is Parappa the Rapper? Like, literally, Google it.
Hey, it's the session, man. You know, we're gonna. You remember Bunk? Remember Turbo Graphics?
Bonk's Adventure.
Remember that
Bonk's
shit? I never had a
Adventures.
Turbo Graphics, but I know they used to promote the hell
Oh
out
man,
of that
Turbo
motherfucker.
GX.
Yeah, I
Oh,
never
yeah.
had that shit.
Turbo
I wanted
GX.
one.
Bro.
The only reason I wanted it is because they had a game. Oh no, I wanted a Neo Geo. That's some other shit. That
Yo,
shit
they
now
had one of the
popping
best
out.
fighting games on
Bro.
Neo Geo.
King of Fighters.
King
Yo,
of
King of
Fighters.
Fighters. Yeah, bro. It had
That
that
was
Fighters,
shit.
bro. That was the
Billion
only
Fighters.
reason.
Yo, and
But
the
nah, you know
Samurai
what?
Showdown.
Dog, but they
Yes.
also had Aliens on that shit. Aliens vs. Predator.
Yes, Alien versus Predator.
Yeah, before it was a movie, they had Aliens vs. Predator. And I was like, get the fuck out. You could have been a soldier. Like, before first person was a big deal.
Yeah.
It was already on that shit. I was like, damn, bro.
They had a couple of them
we had
shits,
some
man.
games back then.
You know what's funny is a lot of the consoles. You know they just kept coming out with consoles. Remember Sega CD?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, real talk.
Bro,
They
Sega
tried to-
CD
That was the first disc.
It was the first disc
Sega,
one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, and that's what
They were
bankrupt
always
them.
ahead of their time.
Yeah. They
That's
were,
the,
though.
that-
That's
the shit.
exactly. That's what made them go
fucked
bankrupt.
up. They was like, yo, we're going to do everything. Hey, what should we call this one? Let's call it a fucking planet. All right, Saturn it is.
Sega Saturn, bro.
Yeah.
Fucking Sega
Niggas
Saturn.
was always thinking big.
No,
Holy
the
shit.
Dreamcast was the shit.
Dreamcast.
Dreamcast. Yo, Dreamcast was the shit.
Crazy Taxi was on
Crazy
that bitch.
Taxi
Yeah,
and Marvel
bro.
vs.
Well,
Capcom.
that one,
bro.
the
Marvel
Soul
vs.
Soul
Calibur.
Calibur.
Caliber,
Yeah.
NFL 2K.
And
Yo.
the
The whole
2K
2K
The
series.
2K series.
Yes.
Because
The
it was
series.
dominating the fucking Madden and
stop-
the NBA
listen,
Live, and they said,
yes.
no,
And
let's shut
stop
it down.
playing. Dreamcast was where the first Grand Theft Auto was.
Hey.
Well,
GTA
technically, that
no,
was on Nintendo.
It was on GTA 1
was on Nintendo.
came out. No, bro,
Because it was the overhead view.
It came out. Well, then they made that game for both platforms. Then,
Yeah.
Because for Dreamcast, it was the same thing. It was the overhead
'cause
view.
I remember
all
the
that
original
shit. I
GTA.
remember that.
And they
shit.
also had, what was it? The one where you're on the rollerblades and you run around
Oh,
spray
Jet
painting
Set.
shit? Jet Set Radio.
Yeah.
Fuck, that was a great game.
Yeah, you remember when everyone...
That was when they started doing cell shading.
Yup.
Yeah.
Remember when
Big time.
everyone had everyone that had a PlayStation had the sports game, the ESPN X games.
Yeah.
I used to play that shit. That was my shit. That you had like inline skating.
Yo, Tony Hawk.
I remember fucking
Oh,
Dreamcast.
that's
Yeah,
it.
I love Dreamcast. Bro.
All I know is I bought that
Time
shit
out,
the
time out.
first
Wait.
day it came out. I bought
Hold
it.
on, guys. Y'all didn't play Tony Hawk?
Yeah,
Yeah,
of course.
of course.
I'm about to like,
Yo,
Tony
Yo,
Hawk
like,
was shit.
You know what? You know
Like-
what though? Tony Hawk. It was Tony Hawk, and then there was Dave Mirra. Dave Mirra had
Dave
the BMX
Mirra, yeah,
one.
yeah,
the BMX
BMX,
one.
Yeah, but the Tony Hawk was
Tony
Tony
Hawk
Hawk,
killed it.
I
though.
got-
It killed
that
it.
shit blew out the water.
Yeah,
Like,
especially when you had to like spell out skate.
Yeah.
Yes.
You had a time
Oh,
limit. You had to spell out
snap.
skate. You had to do all
You had
these
to do the
tricks.
all
tricks
these
to get the letters.
Yo,
Yeah.
they took gaming to another because it was still like a racing game.
There was a couple.
And it's still like puzzling. It was puzzles.
Yeah,
you
because
had
there
to
was
do
so
it
much
at a
shit you
certain
had to
amount of
do,
time.
and you also had to collect the music CDs.
Yeah, bro. Whoa.
Bruh, I remember.
you
Forgot
could do all
that
that shit
shit.
in one run. That shit was insane.
We
Yo.
we had when we initially moved down here to Florida, we had this apartment off of Hanley, and in the bedroom we had this like legit walk-in closet where we turned that bitch into a gaming cave. Like now, granted, you could it's pretty much like a solo experience. You don't want two people in there.
Yeah,
But
it's a walk-in closet.
Right.
Yeah.
That's it.
You had like a little
You gotta
TV
wait
in
your
there.
turn, boss.
Set the PlayStation up, and I used to legit sit in there. I had the headphones on
In the closet
and just
playing video games
legit
for hours.
fucking playing Tony Hawk.
Bro, I
Yeah.
can,
For hours,
I
bro.
can see, bro. I remember when that game first came out, bro. It was a wrap, dude. It was a wrap. You know what's funny? Y'all remember the first actual system you bought with your own money?
My own money.
Dreamcast.
I think mine was a 64.
Mine was a Dreamcast.
My-
Our parents bought the Nintendo, the Super Nintendo, and the
PlayStation.
64.
Yeah.
And then after that, we started buying the
PlayStation.
shit
PS1.
ourselves.
Yeah.
Because I
It
remember,
had- and like my mama helped me with that shit because they had the Final Fantasy VII.
Man.
I remember
Yeah.
Alf got a PlayStation 1.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness, I never.
Sold
I
and got
never got a
another
PS1.
He had the PS1, and one of the first games he had was Rayman.
Yes.
Fucking
What the fuck is
Rayman.
that? Nah.
Oh,
Fucking
yeah.
Rayman with the
Rayman?
two white gloves where the
What?
hands
Yeah,
and
he's like
shit.
a star character. Yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
he was
The
legit like
graphics was ill, bro.
he
Fuck,
was
yeah.
Mario.
Colorful as shit.
Really?
Yeah.
Like he was.
What was the other game that was with it? Because he had
Uh,
Rayman, and it was a shitty ass basketball game they had for it.
No, Arch Rivals.
No. It was like
That would be great.
God, what game was that?
They were-
Shootout.
Oh, NBA
Shootout.
Oh, I remember Shootout.
Hell
NBA
yeah.
Shootout. Yeah, that was a shitty ass game.
And we
It
had
was.
that was super shitty
super
game, bro.
shitty.
the Crash Bandicoot as well.
But
I
when
think.
it came out, it was like, wow.
Crash
This
Oh,
is
yeah.
fucking incredible.
Yeah.
Bro,
yeah, bro.
Armored Core, the
Ha,
tank
ha, ha.
game. Remember,
Yeah,
it was the
remember that.
tank
Blow
game,
motherfuckers up with that.
and it looked like you were in